I work for PARO. I'm a business counselor with PARO, and I'm also in a circle. My circle name is 3 Blondes and a Brunette. So we'll get into circle names and all that kind of stuff soon. I'm just going to share my screen because we have some slides going. Can everyone see that okay?
Yep, we can see.
Good. Okay, so PARO Circles, Loans and Grants. Again, welcome everyone today. We're going to talk about our monthly, we do this every month now, about our lending circles, and we're just going to have some great information and discover what they're all about today. We have our quote to open up. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. So that's the whole point of joining a PARO Circle. So why do we offer peer lending circles? It's in order to connect with each other, in order to set goals together, and in order to support each other. So it's women's micro enterprise requires capital, and they have difficulty accessing credit. So if you don't have credit, it's for those of us. It's community, economic self-reliance, and skepticism about financial institutions. So it's an alternative to a traditional bank. For our loans portion, it's women needing to connect to each other, and women supporting each other. And we use the Meadow model and experience. So what are peer lending circles? It's 4 to 7 women, 18 years or older. It's self-selected, so it's not PARO selecting your circle members. You are in charge of selecting your circle members. It can be cousins, aunts, but it cannot be your mothers or sisters unless you are a part of our EIW program, so the Enterprising Indigenous Women. It's women helping women in business who are starting, growing your business. So it doesn't matter what stage of business you're at. You can be in startup, growth, expansion. It doesn't really matter. So why would we join a PARO Circle? It's to belong to a group of like-minded women, to provide support for women in businesses and in our communities, to network, mentor, for peer support for each other. And we get access to some financial money. So we get access to microfunding, grants, and loans. So how we complete the circle formation documents by the 15th of every month. I'm going to go through all of those documents that we have to fill out. And it's $20 to join. We have to establish our emergency fund, and we have to commit to monthly meetings. Any questions from anyone so far? No, I don't know why I can't see the chat. I guess it's just because I'm sharing my screen, right? But
I think so. There's none in the chat right now.
Okay, so just let me know if questions come in.
Sure.
We'll kind of take breaks when we get through all the slides and stuff too. So
Sounds good.
So a women's microloan program is what a circle is for entrepreneurial women at all business stages. Like I said, it doesn't matter what stage you're at. And our values are cooperation, ownership, responsibility, simplification, and peer support. So like Lori mentioned, we have circles across the province. As long as you're in Ontario, you can join a PARO Circle. You can form a PARO Circle. We have 11 different hubs all over Ontario, and you can see the map here where the hubs are, so you can see sort of where your circle would be located. And yeah, we're nearing 200 circles, so that's kind of cool. And we have PARO business growth advisors and PARO counselors all over the province helping to form the circles. This is a bit about our stages of the development of the circles. So we do our forming, our storming, norming, performing, and adjoining. I'm not going to go through all of the details. You guys can kind of just read the process here and all the details for the stages. So continue the formation process. You will have to open up an emergency fund. So that account is for the purpose of holding funds in reserve and to be used only to prevent loan defaults. So we'll get into the grants and loans a little bit later. But if you do default on your loan, this emergency fund is only for that. So it's emergency. We don't need to touch it if we don't need to. So it'll cover the loan payment default of a member. It's used as a tool for Circle members to access borrowing members' eligibility by measuring character, not credit. So no credit is checked in order to apply for the loans. It replaces cash, equity, and collateral. It's part of a larger emergency fund held by PARO. So you must have at least one loan payment for each loan outstanding. We're going to talk about the loan payments and how to do that a little bit later. Select the signees or account holders, treasurers, so you can decide amongst your circles who's going to be in charge of that. If your circle is in FedNor territory, it's called an NRP or grant, or FedDev territory, it's only a grant. Okay, so NRP is just non-repayment portion. Again, we'll go through all of that a bit later. So our circle formation process is, we decide that we want to form a circle, and then we choose our name for your circle. So that's kind of the fun part, picking your name. Like I said, my circle name is we're three blondes and a brunette. We have some other circles here in Sudbury, the Wellness Warriors and the Four Fearless Females. So you can guys decide amongst yourself what your circle name is. You complete your circle bylaw with your circle coordinator or counselor or business growth advisor. We have a template for this, and it's just a matter of filling out some of the blanks that we have. We can guide you along for that process. We have to complete and sign a formation and agreement form. So it's one form that all circle members sign. And then we do a member completes the intake and membership form online and pays a membership fee of $20. So if you haven't done your PARO intake right now, I'm not sure if maybe Lori, we can just post it in the chat to make sure if someone who's attending today has not filled out an intake. Sure. That's one of the requirements. So just make sure that's taken care of. That's sort of step one. I know we're at step 4, but it's one of the most important things to do to get you into our database and system. And then of course, like I said, we do the intakes and memberships, and all of this stuff will be guided by our BGAs and counselors. So don't get overwhelmed. I know there's a lot of steps here, but that's it. And then, like I said, it's $20 fee. So after that, the circle submits and completes their documents to a PARO circle coordinator, and it goes up to the board for the approval. Now, these intakes are taken in every 15th of the month. So if you want to join a circle and get approval for next month, you would have to get your paperwork and documents in, looks like, what are we, over the 12th, that you would have to get that in for the 14th. And then if you need a little bit more time, we would have to wait for next month, so June 15th. So that would be June 15th. So yeah, lots of time to form, lots of time to get those documents together and have it in for the 15th of the month. The last step here, step 6, is you will receive a letter of approval, and you'll open up your emergency e-fund and bank account for the circle. Okay, and just from experience, that process takes a few weeks. It's typically in by the next month, the first or second week of the next month, the board approvals. Okay. So there's lots of bonuses to joining a PARO circle. One of them is you have access to PARO Go Forth training, and the PARO Go Forth business training helps you to develop your skills at your own pace. So you have access to a membership. It's an online membership. There's for 1 year, it's a series of instructional videos. You can learn over 100 essential business skills necessary for building business success, access to award-winning additional resources to complement your online or mobile learning. And you receive a builder ebook, worksheets, quizzes, that will help you in your business. And that's for 1 year. So typically anyone else who would have access to this Go Forth training is $195, and a Circle member would have access to that for $40. So more info about that, you can connect with, again, our PARO counselors, your BGA, or just emailing our Circle coordinator, Nefri, at circles@paro.ca. Any questions so far about the process of forming your circle?
There's none in the chat, but if anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and ask.
Just wondering if the people that you are choosing to be in your circle are constantly busy and it's hard to kind of get them together, is there somewhere else to search for if people want circle members, or
Yeah,
just
so
the time?
yeah, exactly. So we've set up something every last Thursday of each month. It's called a Circle Up. It's led by one of our business growth advisors. And so you can join that. It's an evening event. I believe it's at 4:30. Maybe Lori can post a little bit.
I'll post it in the chat there.
Okay, yeah.
4:30.
Yeah, so it is tough. Everyone's busy right now. So we've set that up. And the whole purpose of joining that session is so that other circle members, other people that want to join a circle can find other circle members that are there, and they're committed and they have the time. They want to put the time in and be a part of a circle. So I hope that answers your question. There's also a Facebook page, Circle Up, where people are posting, and the majority of the people in that Facebook group want to be a part of a circle and want to join a PARO circle. So we do have a database of people that are in your position, and they're looking for circle mates.
And Kayla, I just posted that Facebook group in the chat for everybody.
Perfect, thank you. Yeah, so feel free to post in there. Just be like, hey, I'm so-and-so, this is my business, I'm looking to join a PARO circle. You don't have to come to the Circle Ups, but it would definitely be beneficial. We do allot time for networking and communicating with other people to find sort of people who are going to fit, fit in with you and the people that you choose to be a part of your circle. Does that make sense?
Kayla, I may add additional information. The next Circle Up networking event we will be organizing for Eastern and Southern will take place on May 20 at 5 p.m. I'm writing this information in the chat. So for everyone who would be interested, just reach out to me, please. Thank you.
Thanks, Louis. Any more questions?
No, no more in the chat.
No more in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna carry on at let you know a bit about our peer lending circle loans. So our loans, it's a small business loan. It's peer members approved. So it's your circle members that approve your loans, your grants and loans. It offers control and ownership over loan process and repayment. It encourages peer support, and it encourages community participation. So why apply for a peer lending loan? If you have a no or poor credit history, no collateral or cash equity, the amount of loan is too small for a bank to consider. Apprehensive about approaching a traditional financial institution, and get financial literacy training through PARO weekly webinars and webcasts. So grants are the NRP. The NRP is just non-repayable portions, or grant. So that's what that NRP is. And your eligibility is you must be an active member of an approved circle. You must be a women-owned business enterprise. You must have peer approval to apply, and you must meet the grant criteria. So there are some check boxes. You can see the 3 here that your BGA or counselor will go through when you're filling out that paperwork. So, and also just to note that all Circle members receiving the grant NRP from PARO are required to complete financial literacy training. So our webinars, our webcasts, which we hold all the time and on our Wednesday webinars. So these are the stages for our grant and loans process. So our first stage is $1,000. It's split up $500 for our non-repayment portion and $500 for our loan. The loan is paid off in 9 months. So it takes $60 payment per month for the next 5 months to pay off that loan portion. Of course, the non-repayment portion is like a grant, and that's yours to keep for your business purchase. The second stage is just double that. It's $2,000. So again, the $1,000 non-repayment portion, $1,000 loan. The term is the same, 9 months, and the payment is $120 a month. And then you have options for a third stage. The third stage, there is no NRP grant. It is just the loan portion for $3,000. The term is 27 months to pay that off at $120 a month. And then the fourth stage is $5,000. So your loan is $5,000 and the term is, again, the same 27 months, and the payment is at $220. So the loan details, the term loan paid on a declining balance over the period of time. Loan money is provided by our local CFDCs and Alterna Savings. And again, that really depends on where you're located. So Northeastern and Northwestern Ontario, we work with the local CFDCs for that. And then in Southern Ontario, and Eastern, we work with Alterna Saving Banks for the loan portions. There's no penalty for early repayment. However, you do have to wait at least 5 months to pay it in full. There's one fee in order to apply for the grants and loans. It's $10. It's your loan application fee, and that goes into PARO's emergency fund. So, and our grants NRP is available if qualified for first and second stage. The interest rate is 10% or less for all stages and applicants. So the loan application timeline is at the beginning of the month. The circle members decide who is going to apply. We ask that half the circle applies at one time. So if you're a circle of 4 women, 2 women can apply, and you decide amongst yourselves who needs it the most, or who wants to jump on that first. That's decided amongst your circle members. Your circle members review and approve the loan application before submitting. The 15th of the month, the applicant completes the loan application documents and sends that off to the circle coordinator. The 20th to the 25th of the month, the board, it goes to the board for approval. The 25th to the 30th of the month, the loan payment schedule approval notification to applicant and draft of loan agreements. The 30th to the 10th of the following month, the loan documents are signed and disbursements of the loan and grant amount are given. And then no more than 6 months after the board approval, disbursements of NRP required proof of purchase and payment. So that just means that, you know, whatever you've put in your application that I'm purchasing this item, it's maybe a phone or a tablet, we have to have proof of payment of that. So just making sure that you're sending your receipts into our circle coordinator. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but we're here to guide you along the way. And if you have any questions, of course, we're here to make sure that you have the information that you need. So our complete application, oh, we got a typo in here. We got to fix that. Looks like Circles in FedNor and CFDC. A complete application form signed by all active members with their approval. You must submit this as a Word or a PDF file format. We need a copy of your e-fund, so that bank account that we're going to have you open. Proof with sufficient funds in account for at least one payment of each outstanding loan. So that's just basically what we went over with the $60 repayment fee for the loans. That's what you would have to have in that account to show for that. A 1-year cash flow projection. We have a template for this that we can send you, and we can guide you through how to fill everything out. It's in an Excel file format. We have to ensure that all members have their circle membership fees and they're paid, which is $20 for your membership fee. You can send that in via e-transfer or check. And then a void check for banking information for personal or business account for which the circle funds will be dispersed into, and a monthly loan repayments will be withdrawn from by our CFDC lenders. We also have to pay a loan application fee of $10. So that can be paid via PayPal, e-transfer, or check. Okay, and things are a little different for our.
Sorry, Kayla.
Yep.
It's Arlene.
Hi.
Can you share a little bit more of that cash flow projection?
Sure. I think I have a copy of it here. Just let me see. And again, this is something that, do you have a BGA? Are you working with a counselor? Yeah. So this is something that when you've formed your circle, and you guys are ready to apply for the grants and loans, this is something that your counselor or business growth advisor will guide you through and help you to fill that out. But I can sort of quickly show you what that looks like right now, if I can find it. Application, second stage, make sure. Okay, so this is what our cash flow looks like. It's just like you would do in your business. You list your months, and then so your first month would start, say you wanted to apply for grants and loans in May. This would be your start month would be March. So all of your revenue is listed here, what you're making with your business. Your sales would go each month in these fields.
Okay, sorry. So the projected cash flow is for the applicant to submit.
Yes.
There isn't a projected cash flow for the circle.
No, it's
Got
for the
it.
applicant. It's when you're at that stage when you're applying
Okay.
for grants.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so this is just like simply put, just your revenue and expenses listed here. And of course, we want to make sure that you're listing your grants and loans that are coming in, and then of course your list of expenses. But yeah, this is just for yourself. It's not for your circle. So it's individually submitted when you're applying for grants and loans.
Kayla, can I, there's one question. Can you just talk to the fact of, the question is, so the main point of a circle group is to be able to access loans, or are there other benefits? So the benefits of the networking.
Yeah, there's huge benefits to joining a PARO circle. It's just all, really all about community and just supporting each other and being there for each other. I know for my circle, in my experience, I don't have a lot of people in my family that are entrepreneurs, right? I can't really chat with other people I don't really have a lot of friends that have a business. So it's my circle mates that I go to for things. It's about supporting their businesses and having them support my business. So, I mean, to be honest, like for me personally, and I know for a lot of people, it's just the support and mostly just supporting each other. And, the money aspect of it, the microloans and the grants and those types of things is just kind of like a bonus.
Great thing. And then
Exactly.
one more question while I'm here. It says, and if I'm not interested in the loan, can she still join a circle?
Absolutely. Yep. There's nowhere that says that you have to apply for a loan if you decide you don't want to take advantage of that. You just want to take advantage of the perks, the Go Forth membership, or, just having that peer support, having that support of, other female entrepreneurs. Then yeah, there's no rules that say that you have to apply for any of the grants and loans at all.
And these women can be either in startup phases where there's no revenue coming in, or,
Yep.
in business for a while with lots of revenue. So
Yep, we accept all startup, growth, scale up. It doesn't matter what stage you're at with your business. We welcome you to join at any stage.
okay, and one more question, is that okay? Or yeah,
Keep them coming.
yeah. Okay. Can you create a circle with the understanding that there would be no loan applications within the group?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
Okay,
Of course. Yep.
that's in, I think, in the chat there.
Yep.
If any, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I think we have a few slides left. Ooh, it sent me right to the top. Okay, give me 1 second here. Close my presentation. I'm just going to get it reopened. Okay, so we went through these stages. I'm just going to go over what it looks like if you're in Southern or Eastern Ontario when you're applying for the grants and loan portions with Alterna Bank. So you must complete an application form signed by all active members with their approval. It has to come in as a Word or PDF document. You have to have a copy of your e-fund, your Circle bank account proof with sufficient funds in order to have at least one payment of the outstanding loan. Your cash flow projection that I did just show you with the revenue and expenses. And we ensure that all members of the Circle pay their membership fee of $20 each. And then, of course, your loan application fee of $10. Okay. Did we go over this? Is this the same slide? I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's a little bit different with Alterna Bank, our loan application timeline. So it's similar to our CFDC timeline. So at the beginning of the month, all Circle members decide who applies, and Circle members renew and approve application before submitting. The 15th of the month is when everything is submitted. 20th to the 25th, the board approves it. 25th to the 30th, the lender payment schedule and notification of next steps. 1 to 2 days after the approval notification for the applicant and consent form, 1 to 2 days after that, we open the individual bank account and loan approval forms, and our borrower agreement signatures with Alterna representative. And then the end is our disbursement of money. And again, I know we talked a lot about the grants and loans and the grants and the loans and all that kind of stuff, but there's so many other perks to being a part of a PARO Circle. It's just really about supporting each other and coming together as a community and being a part of something really great. I know I'm very appreciative of my PARO Circle. I lean on them very often for more things probably than I should, but it's just a great group to be a part of, and lots of support happening within my own circle. Are there any questions that anyone has? We do have a circle coordinator, Nefri. So she's going to be guiding us through filling out a lot of these documents and submitting the documents and supporting anything circle related. And then of course we have our business growth advisors all over the province and counselors all over the province supporting. And I know it's a little daunting with some of the paperwork. And I promise you, we've been through the process quite a bit. So we know how to sort of guide you in filling things out and making sure that we have all of those things submitted, and our bylaws are filled out and our applications are filled out, and those types of things.
I have a question. Other than the, I hope I'm wording this correctly, other than the putting funds aside for that first month's loan repayment, should that not work out, is there any other financial liability for other people within your circle or responsibility?
No, not really. Just, I mean, having certain people in charge of the account is important, and making sure those funds are in there. But no, there's nothing that I can think of. I don't know if anybody else here, staff, can think of, but no.
Okay, thank you.
Another question is, what is the time frame that a circle commits to?
The time frame that a circle commits to. So we do have a set of bylaws. We're asking you to meet at least once a month. That's a commitment that you make to each other. I have circles here that meet daily, and they just support each other. So you have to decide amongst yourselves how much you're willing to commit to each other and how much time you have to commit to each other. Right? It's really a commitment. Most of the circles have like sort of a group chat on Facebook, or you can, schedule your monthly calls at a certain time. What we're asking for time and the commitment of that time is that you at least meet once a month.
Kayla, I was wondering more, so I know it's $20 a year.
Mhm.
And so if you put a circle together, then that's your circle for that year? Or what happens the next year? Do you create another circle, or?
No, you keep your circle ongoing year after year, and you would have to renew your membership at that time.
So there's no time limit to how long that circle exists, or?
As long as you stay connected to each other and committed to each other, you can be in that circle forever. For as I know, we have circles that have been together since PARO first opened up its doors, so 27 years ago. And then we have circles that kind of, move away or have other commitments, and they maybe want to step back, or and in that case, maybe we can have people. We have people joining circles all the time. We have sister circles. So it's really up to you how long you want to make that commitment for.
I just want to add here that a circle is a living organization in somehow. So when you commit joining a circle, this doesn't mean that you're blocked with your circle. You can leave for X reason, and a new member can join. And if all the group decided not to use anymore the circle because there are no use anymore, so you can also decide to dissolve it, to dissolve it. Do we say that, Sylvie? Dissoudre?
Sylvie's on mute.
She's trying to say if they can dissolve it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. So it's something very flexible. Of course, when you form a circle, you try to formalize and to enhance the commitment of each member in order to create really this task force of women helping women, and like-minded, because you are all entrepreneurs in different stages. But this doesn't mean that you're getting married for forever with this group of women.
Thanks for that, Thuy. We have a circle here in Sudbury. They're the AAJC circle, and Somebody moved from Sudbury to Sault Ste. Marie, and she actually found a different circle in Sault Ste. Marie that fit her needs better. They were more committed and they spent more time together. And so she just hopped over from one to the other. I don't think that we see that too often, but yeah, it's pretty open for things like that.
So just an example of how a member of circle use their peer circle member is in Ottawa, we have a Frenchy gourmet circle group, and most of them are working in pastry and cooking. And so they use their circle to test and to give feedback. And so I'm really delighted to be to benefit from all these pastries and so on. Of course, in return, we have to fill a survey and somehow, but this is only a nice example of how you can leverage on your circle.
I'd like to know how I can join that circle, Thuy, because I also like pasta.
They are full. They are already full.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Great presentation, Kayla. Thank you so much. And yeah, I definitely want to join that circle too. I'm just wondering if you can talk a little bit about what the actual structure of the meetings look like. I guess for your circle in particular or others. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think that that I'm aware of that we have structure. I know I'm definitely not a structured person. So we just hop on and we have a conversation, right? It's just open to have a conversation. We talk about our struggles because we all have struggles in business. We talk about our achievements. We root each other on when we have events. We support each other. We talk about the events that we have coming up and, you know, how we can support each other. And I'm not sure if Thuy or anyone else wants to jump in as staff to talk about structure, but
yeah. Let me jump in with my 2 feet. So I'm part also of a circle when the name is Les Orchidées. So we are all flowers, and we are very structured. Every time we have a circle meeting, we send we point some agenda, some points to discuss, and we use a Google spreadsheet in order to log all the minutes meeting, because even if we do our best to attend the circle meeting, some of us may miss it for with other engagement. So we take the habit to log, to write the minutes meeting through the Google spreadsheet, so that the missing person can always keep on with the different points that were covered. And because writing the minutes meeting is not something like everyone likes, so there is a kind of rotations. This times it's me, and the following time, the next time is another person. For example, another use of a circle is one of my peer member just launched her website. So they still have a lot of bugs and so on. And she asked her to take some time and to navigate through her website and log, identify and point out all the misfunctions or bugs or whatever. So this is yeah, how we operate within Les Orchidées Circle. And for now, and besides, we also have a very active WhatsApp group. It goes beyond the business lens. We are sharing about tomatoes plants or some tips for nutrition or whatever. So it's for me, who just arrived in Ottawa and don't have a very active social life, this helped me a lot to be connected with the real life. So it's I enjoy it very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Thuy. Yeah, it's all about connection. And yeah, we're probably more open in our circle too than we should be. We talk about family and things like that. It's not all business, right? So, but yeah, are there any other questions? Nothing right now?
There's nothing in the chat, no.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, for right now, if you're looking to join a circle, we have a great group of women here. I know, you know, if you guys wanted to get connected, feel free to post your business or email in the chat here. Connect with us on our circle group, our Facebook circle group. That purpose of that group is to find circle mates, and join us, of course, on the 27th of this month, where Andrea is
Sorry, Kayla
Yep.
and Tweet, what is the difference between the meetings on the 20th and the 27th?
So I believe it's just regions. So the one on the 20th is more geared towards Southern Ontario, and the one on the 27th is geared towards sort of all of Ontario. That doesn't mean that you can't join one or the other. It's not, we're not drawing a line across the province as to who can join. It's just different people presenting and doing them.
Yeah, the May 20 is really focusing with a woman around Ottawa and Toronto, south of Ontario, because like you understood through Kyla presentations, depends on where you are located. The process is a little bit different based on the founding source. So for Southern and Eastern, the financial partner will be Alterna Savings and FedDev. Is it clearer, Arlene? Yeah.
Yes, yes, thanks, Tweet.
Okay, does anybody else have any other questions?
Oh, I need to post our Facebook group again here.
And if not, like Kayla said, feel free to reach out to your business counselor or your BGA. If you have any other questions, reminder that the Circle Up, well, one happening on the 20th, the one on the 27th. If you want to register, the registration's in the link or in the chat, sorry. And I think that's it. But like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to any one of us. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. And thank you so much, Kayla, for providing this information to everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Oh, and thanks, Twee, for putting some information in there. Appreciate that too.
You're welcome.
And everybody,
Thank you.
feel free to join the Facebook page. Chantel put the link in there too. Thanks, everybody.